May 24th and it's 2020 Sunday 1:22 p.m. uh, Eastern Time, Canada. I'm Elian Bitoy and I slept very late last night, about 4 a.m. and well, for some people it's late, and I got to wake up very early, uh, which is not quite usual, especially these times. And I heard Ural, so like okay, that was it. No about sports winning that I asked about who's gonna win the next NASCAR, and I felt a bit deceived. Maybe it's the devil trying to play with me. And anyways, I went back to bed. Was maybe I slept very little bit, and then the second part. When I woke up a second time, maybe about 9, 10 o'clock, maybe after sleeping, uh, you know, all I know is I was in the public, I was somewhere in town about half an hour later, and it was 11, so maybe around 10, so a total of 6 hours. So I woke up second time, and there was this scene that I was somewhere in a tent, and it was almost in the backyard of somebody, uh, which I'm quite right now a little bit, but it's not a backyard. Somebody is in the forest, but there's a water, there's a river, but the other side they might hear because the building there, it's not close by at all, but in the forest, if their uh, backyards have no trees, so you can kind of quite hear. And I don't know if it's that. Two women passed yesterday, big woman in the forest, quite unusual, especially that spot. But anyways, what happened is that I'm in there. There's a guy who saw me, or maybe that means also hearing, didn't give a damn. Just and then a woman, big woman, and she's like feeling like she called the uh, authorities, but not before that. She would go, her or the guy, or just after calling and said there's a guy there about a week, uh, in a tent. And then the dream said he entered in the beginning and he took this book. It was the first page, and I have a lot of page now. When I was in Montreal, I quite my study half of this, the bottom part. So that's a week, and then I was surprised that he called. So I said, "Did you see my book?" Because I felt because it was black, I was in the CIA. Now this Canada means RCMP, but how I know is look at this part, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta take off. And as I'm taking off, I'm packing my bag. Take a little time to pack my bag. This bag here, I put what did I put in it? My book, something, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. It's gonna lack time. And then as I'm taking off, I see two Mounties, or two guys, especially like police, but kind of bicycle. And the one on the right looks at this guy, like I felt they were called, and another time maybe, in a place as in a forest, and go check a guy who camped, and he's like, here we go. Didn't even look at me, could have seen me. I put on the left side, went out before they come. And I felt like this was almost like there would have been stairs, and he's like, here we go, like taking the bike, the vehicle, not motorbike, just a bicycle, up the, because you go in the forest, in the wood, on the shoulder boat, and climb and go check in the forest. So by that time I was gone. I saw them. I turned left, and I'm like thinking, oh, maybe they saw me, but they didn't expect to be me, because I was looking quite regular or something. So I woke up. I'm like, holy shit! excuse my language. I'm like, okay, I'm packing. I really pack. I didn't wash my face. I pack out. I went. 'Cause last night I was like worried about this. I was like, oh, it was about 5 o'clock when two big women go deep in the woods, so deep that it goes back much another neighbor, and there's the river behind, the Humber River. So, anyways, and I go and I heard Ural, and you see, um, that has also something to do about it. Uh, if I could say Jesus, it's yesterday God. No, I won't say it. And God told me. Um, God told me to go in. Can't say where. And anyways, so I went there. So I ran away. And then remember when I go and place bet, I'm like, Ural. Ural says something, soccer, nothing on Google. And it was football, not football, volleyball, excuse me. And today, as soon as I looked, after all my stuff was about, what, 12? Came here, eat something close by, came back here, bought water. They were playing live the first set, and there's usually 5 set or only 4. The first one will get 3 sets. Each set get 25 points. So 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and then it was like another again. So it was 3-1 on the 4th set, and it took off. So second one was won by Ural Stars. So God compared me to a star, and I'm happy because ST, like a saint. And I went, and that's why it woke me up earlier too. And I went to the left. They were visiting, at least in the bed there on the left side, means they're visiting the hometown. The hometown is on the right side, and the right side was Ural again, but Mountains. And Mountains is like the Mounties, which is the RCMP, the version of the intelligence police, or the higher police of Canada, the Mounties of England, which are RCMP. There's no CIA here, or there might be, but it's in the branch, and God knows if they have another branch in that, probably. But we're not gonna talk about this. And yesterday I made still have many video to publish. By that time I'm probably it's gonna be published, and I'm just recording this one right now so I don't forget. Please stay tuned as there's gonna be live, probably as soon as I cut back the 1 week silence. I plan to not silence for a while, and I'm not prone in gambling, but I'm prone in people, to show that people that there's a word of spirit if they not knowledge that this gift of mine came from Jesus Christ, uh, receiving, knowing the future. And my first goal is for people to turn to Jesus. Within that said, or should I say also for people at least who don't believe in God, in the spirit world, to at least question how this man knows the future. And this might tell them, well, there is something. And they might listen, well, what this guy says that he received, he might be the most to know, at least if he's not a liar and hiding, and who talks about Jesus. You know, he's not a liar, if he says that Jesus is the true Messiah, the Son of God. And whatever is good or not, that's another question. It's like you knowing the truth, but do you do an example of it? Do you keep it, or you just 50% or don't care?